context. We're going to repeat the experiment with a different experiment. Forget the coins, take your cards. Now what you're going to, you don't have cards. Where are the cards? We got to get the box somewhere.
I think box is empty. Or there's one more.
One more deck? Oh, this one won't work, I don't think, because, yeah, that one won't work. That's my fun deck for 244. Can't use that one. Okay, for those who don't have cards, I have a solution. For those who don't have cards, I have a solution for you to still play with the experiment. Actually, some of you that do have cards might want to do this. This is going to speed the experiment up. If you don't have cards, we have to first assign some values. What are the four suits on a deck of cards? What are the four suits? Hearts. Diamonds.
Clubs, spades.
Clubs. Spades. Okay. We're going to call hearts 1, diamonds 2, clubs 3, spades 4. This is completely arbitrary. I got no reason for calling it this. It's arbitrary. The reason you're going to do this, if you don't have a deck of cards, is you're going to deal cards this way to yourself. If you don't have a deck of cards and you use technology to deal your cards, ready? If you have your TI in front of you, I'm going to show you what you have to do. If you don't have cards. Now, if you have cards and you want to do this instead, this works too. But if you don't have cards, you kind of have to do it this way. Press the math button, M-A-T-H. Go over to the PRB menu. That's the probability menu. It's one of my favorites. We're going to start playing with this next week quite a bit. Scroll down until you see the thing that's called RANDINT. It stands for random integer. This is what your iPod does when you put your playlist on shuffle. Press enter. Type 1, comma 4. Comma 4. Comma's right above 7. Then left parentheses, or right parentheses. Now every time you press enter, you will get quote-unquote dealt a quote-unquote card. So I press enter. I got a 3. That means I just pulled clubs.
Okay.
Now I quote-unquote put the quote-unquote card back in the quote-unquote deck. Stop doing that. Now the card goes back in the deck. It shuffles again. I press enter again. I just got spade. I got a spade. I don't know which spade. I just know I got a spades. Then I press enter again. Now I got hearts. What are you going to bet on now? I just got clubs, then spades, then hearts. What are you going to bet on?
Diamonds.
Whoops.
Oh.
Spades again.
I wouldn't have. Why wouldn't I bet on diamonds?
Oh, there it is.
Because it's random.
Yeah.
What's the chance of getting diamonds?
1
in 4. What's the chance of not getting diamonds?
1 in 4.
Careful.
Oh, 3 in 4.
3 out of 4. Oh. It's very tempting, isn't it? It's very tempting. Oh, look, he got clubs, then spades, then hearts. He's going to get diamonds. Well, not unless I only have 4 cards and I dealt 3 of them out and I got to pull the last one. That's the only guarantee, right? You got to think not like a human. I'll give you an example of this. Really, when you're thinking mathematically, you got to think not like a human. We were doing what's called a deck of doom with a deck of cards. It's a CrossFit workout where you take 4 exercises and you assign each exercise one of the 4 suits. And then you, one by one, deal the cards out. And I believe it was hearts. I know it was pull-ups. And we were throwing cards. We were having a good time throwing cards. And the jokers, if you want to put there's no jokers in your decks, I don't think. But you throw them out, and then at some point during the workout, we got the jack, ace, queen, and 10 of hearts in a row.
Oh my gosh.
And everybody's like, oh my God, we're going to get a royal flush. I'm like, no, we're not. Like, oh, but we just got, I'm like, yes. But we're not going to get it. We had done, it was like 36 pull-ups in a row. We're like exhausted, right?
God.
And they threw the next card down, and guess what it wasn't? It wasn't a royal flush. Because the chance is too good that it's not going to be that last card that you need, right? That's the thing. It's so easy to get caught up in the excitement, like, oh, I'm going to get a royal flush. You're probably not, actually. Even though you got the first 4 cards, which was an interesting little clumping of the results, which we're going to analyze on Monday. Clumping in randomness. This is to be expected. It's like I hit it twice there. You're going to expect, as you deal the cards, little clumps, little sub-clumps. There were 3 2s in a row. Did you catch that right there? Yeah, that's going to happen. So the experiment I want you guys to do right now is similar to the coin experiment, but I want you to shuffle the cards up, deal them to yourself. Keep doing that until you see a heart, and then stop. And keep track of how many times it takes you to see that heart card.
Are we replacing it?
You're replacing them, yes. Oh yeah, putting them back in each time. It gets too interesting if you don't. It takes fun, but put the card back in each time before you shuffle the next time.
Good, pull one.
So
Pull one, look at it. If it's a heart, you're done.
But make a hash mark, like.
Yeah, keep a total. See how long it takes you until you get a heart. Does that make sense? So in other words, for me, let's say I'm starting right now. Okay? Okay, that's not a heart, so I keep going. That's one. There, two. It took me two right there. It took me two, so I put down the number two. Now I'm going to do it again.
you're shuffling every time?
It took me seven that time. Yes, you are putting the card back in and shuffling every time.
So once you
Putting
get
the
a
card
heart,
back
you
in
put it
and
back
shuffling. I want to keep the 25% consistent.
Oh.
Just like when you flip a coin, it's always 50-50. I want to keep this 25, 25, 25, 25 each time. This might take us a while. Aaron, what you got? OTI issue? Oh, do till you see 10 hearts. How about till 10 hearts, yes? It might take us a while. It's all good, Jess. It's all good. Settle in. You're playing cards in math class. You're welcome.
Okay, so
Cool? Everybody okay? Shuffle up. Or as they